why. First of all, like, okay, so in high school, I definitely liked Chuck Palahniuk. But by the time this came out, what was this, like 2010?
2010, 2011.
He was already extremely bad. Like, Pick Me had already come out. It was like, he had, like, taken a nosedive.
But he read Fight Club, Kelsey.
Whatever. Don't even get me started on Fight Club.
But I'm like, of course, that was their first fucking date.
She's like, oh my God, Chuck Palahniuk. I'm like, I hate you people.
He's like, I have tickets. And then she's like, oh, wait, but the theater awards are tonight and my fighting parents are coming. And he's like, well, let's go after. And she's like, okay, I'll ask them. And then we're with Chantey and Anya because they're still all mad about the Power Squad. And Chantey's trying to access her blog on the computer at school, but she can't. She can't access any social media. She can't even do it on her phone because the school has like cell phone jam. So I guess they can't even text anybody at school because they have cell phone jammers. And
which begs the question, how did Allie in the... Oh, well, I guess she did it through email, but how did Allie in that last episode get Bianca's photos out to everyone?
Maybe it was, like, because it was after school?
But it was in the school still. So the cell phone jammer still existed.
But maybe they don't have it after school. I don't know how cell phone jammers work.
I know we had them at my school.
Oh, we did not.
Yeah, no, we had them at my school, but they didn't like totally deter you. Like you could still sometimes get service. It was just like a lot harder. You could only get service in like certain places.
Email, or was it just like texting?
I mean, this was also before I had email on my phone.
Maybe, because I feel like maybe if she had the Wi-Fi on the phone, you're still allowed to access your email on it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
I think Chantey was trying to access Twitter on her phone. So I feel like you can block certain websites on your Wi-Fi. But if it's just your email app, I don't know if that counts. Especially if it's like a school email.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works. Because when I was in high school, I didn't have a smartphone.
Yeah, I mean, neither did I. Nobody really did.
Yeah.
The iPhone 1 came out, I think, like my freshman year. And it was like, if someone had an iPhone, they were like really rich.
Yeah, like most people did not have.
No, most people had like, that was when like Blackberries were the thing.
Yeah,
that was like the smartphone with like BBMs and shit.
Oh
I never had one, but I knew it was a thing.
It was the thing.
We're talking about phones again.
Oh my God, we cannot stop ourselves. But anyway, no more anti-grapevine.
Yeah. And then she gets really mad and writes, Degrassi sucks on a Post-it note and puts it up in a bathroom stall. Which I'm like, all right, Chantey, let out your anger however you need to.
Fight the power, Chantey.
Yeah.
Fight the power in like the tamest way possible. Like she doesn't even write it on the wall. She writes it on a Post-it. And sticks it to the wall.
It's real low commitment.
But it's like the quietest rebellion.
But then we're with Declan and Fiona.
No, Declan and Holly J are having lunch, and he's talking about how Holly J telling him that he solves all of his problems with money really hit home, and it made him reevaluate stuff. So he opened up a charity that helps send inner city kids to college, and funds them and stuff, which is actually a pretty great idea for a charity. That's nice.
And then Holly J tells him about Sav, and he's like, oh, are you boyfriend, girlfriend? And I think she explains the situation, but he's still kind of threatened, but is I'm still going to get her back. And then we're with Clare, and her parents are fighting, and they're like, after the awards, we need to talk to you. And I'm like, oh boy.
Obviously they're splitting up. We know this.
And
this has been,
or I think she might be just with
her
mom. And her mom is like, where's your dad? I don't know where you are. You call him because he won't answer me. I need to talk to you after the awards, by the way.
Yeah, well, because Claire asks if she can go to see the thing.
Right, and they're like, no, we need to talk to you.
And she's like, no, we need to talk to you after it. And she's like, fine.
And then we're at the awards, which are called the Grundy Awards.
And they're apparently named after someone whose last name is Grundy.
Who's there? Amon Grundy or something like that? I don't know.
Can we
are we supposed to know who this person is? Is this a fake person?
I'm not sure.
Also, it just makes me think of Riverdale.
Is this I know. Also, is it a Canadian thing? Maybe he's famous in Canada. But I liked that the guy that the awards are named after comes in and only announces the award for set and prop design.
Right.
Set and prop design is the first award, and he announces it.
Which Claire wins.
Yay. She comes up, she gives like a half-hearted speech. And Eli is there watching from the wings. And she comes out to meet him.
But her parents are being horrible.
They're being terrible. They
like while the guy is like announcing the nominees.
Like she's not like they're not even paying attention to her win. Like why are you even there, guys?
But Eli's waiting for her, and it's very cute. And then we're in the audience, and Holly J's sitting like between Declan and Sav, and Declan's trying to be all nice, and then he like turns to Fiona and through like gritted teeth is like, I don't know how much longer I can play this game, which I thought was really funny. And then but then we see Eli, and he gives her like a slow clap from backstage, and then she's like, let's go. They didn't let me go, but we should go anyway. And they run away.
She like drags him across the stage on purpose, like for sure, because you see them run behind the guy. Like they definitely could have exited another way, and she was like, nope,
bye. And then Declan wins too, of course,
obviously. Also, can I just ask, how is this award show set up? Because they've definitely only announced 3 awards tops. The show just started, and they went from set design like directly to like the big like producing director award. Yeah.
And he mentions Jane in his speech, which was nice.
Oh yeah, we
like,
almost forgot that she exists.
Off to bigger and better things at Stanford. I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh right.
But I'm like, oh, I'm glad that he mentioned her, because she was technically a producer on that,
even though she barely showed up.
Yeah. And then he makes like a big old dedication to Holly J, and like, and he like brings up everybody to the stage and stuff. And Sav is super jealous.
Yeah, he is real threatened. Also, Sav has been calling Holly J HJ. So apparently it's just a guys who date her, and me in my notes call her HJ.
And then so then afterwards, Declan is like, we're having an impromptu soiree at the Coins after. And
they would call it a soiree.
Yeah. And he's like, you guys should come. And then, oh my God. And then when we show up, there's playing a terrible music.
It's not good.
It's like, I want a punk rock chick, like blah, blah, something, something. It's really bad.
Oh my God. I did not notice it at all, because I was like just trying to like power through it at 8:30 this morning to watch this thing in time for brunch. We're still in part 1. So I was still like, what is happening?
It's very 2011.
It is. And like, Declan is explaining to Fiona like his grand plan to get Holly J alone, and she's like, I don't know, she and Sav are like pretty like Siamese, like attached at the hip tonight. Like
that's kind of problematic, Fiona.
It's not great. But she's like, they're like attached, like whatever. So I don't know how you're gonna get her away from him. He's like, no, it's not that. It's how I'm gonna get him away from her.
And then he's like,
because he's a fucking schemer.
And then he's like, hey guys, so I really want to have some alone time with Sav. I have a DJ thing. Do you want to set it up to the system? And Sav is like, yes. And I'm like, Declan knows his weaknesses.
He like really like he knows how to manipulate this.
And then we're with Claire and Eli. And they're talking about leaving the talk, and they're like, oh my God, he was so amazing. His characters.
Oh my God. And this is when I wrote, Chuck Palahniuk wasn't even good then. Like, he was like, he's always been like, he's like kind of the M. Night Shyamalan of authors. Let's be real. He loves a twist. But also, like, at this, I need to reiterate, Pygmy had already come out. This was a bad time for him. He has not, the last good book he wrote was Rants, which I stand by as, like, a good book. But, like, man, I mean, they're in high school.
They're in high school. They probably have just read Fight Club and are, like, so into it. And then I don't remember what. I think Claire's
super acting out. Like, her mom keeps calling her, and she keeps ignoring it. And she's like, let's go get piercings.
And Eli's like, an award, an author's talk, and youthful rebellion? Big night. And then I'm like, gross. Smashing piercings? Why?
Why would you do that? Also, like, the idea of, like, a dude with, like, an upper cartilage piercing is hilarious to me. I don't know why.
I don't know. But that's what happens. Oh, and then we're back at the party, and the musical that's playing now is very Forever the Sickest Kids, but it's not them.
Oh, my God. Also, Fiona is drinking again or pretending to drink. Unclear.
And then Declan talks to Holly J and says, like, I'd do literally anything for you. And he's just going in, and he's like, I want to get back together. I love you. Come on. And Holly J's not up for it.
Holly J's like, nope, bye. we're not doing this here now. Also, wait, note about the Fiona drinking thing. So she is drinking, kind of. And she's talking to Declan about it, and Declan's like, I thought you were, like, doing the clean and sober thing. And she's like, well, I'm drinking because I'm happy. I'm not drinking because I'm sad. I'm like, that's not really how that works, but I guess we're going to explain it away.
Yeah. I know, because that happens a little later, but I remember, like, when she was drinking, I was like, Fiona, why are you drinking? Champagne, your vice. What are you doing?
Your weirdly specific bougie vice.
Yeah. Oh, but then real quick, Chantey, like, wanted to hold a meeting with the Power Squad to be like, let's fight the power. But only Anya and, like, Marisol?
Marisol, that's it.
And Marisol only shows up to be like, yeah, no, we're not coming. We don't care. Bye.
Pretty much.
I'm like, wow, why are Chantey and Anya literally the only two people who care about Power Squad right now? That seems weird to me.
It does seem weird. I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. We'll do it next year.
Let's be real. Power Squad's kind of gone off the rails.
True.
But they're, like, gonna fight back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So then we see Eli's cartilage piercing, and he's worried about her, like, avoiding her parents. And he's like, I don't want them to dislike me for keeping you out. And
he makes a good point, and that kind of comes up again later.
Yeah. And then Claire is like, I can be a little bit more late. You know how PDA is banned at school? Like, why don't we stay out for some contraband kissing? And then they kiss, and it's still kind of cute, but I'm like, you're gross.
Yeah, it's like, come on, guys. Contraband kissing, stop it.
and then this is when we see Fiona's drinking, and then she's like vomiting.
But she's like definitely like it's very obvious that she's like faking how drunk she is. Yeah. She's definitely like
trying to get Holly J to stay to take care of her, which she does. And she's like, oh no, Sav, you leave. I'll stay. And then we're like, oh boy, we see where this is going.
Yep.
And then Claire gets home late and is being really sassy with her parents.
And she like very obviously shows them the like cartilage piercing.
Yeah. And it's a whole thing. And then we're with Holly J and Declan, and Holly J walks in and is like, she's all watered and planted. I just wouldn't put her in direct sunlight for a while. And I'm like, that was funny.
That is funny. That's a good line.
And then
it
Declan
is
weird. Like, oh, I feel bad. Like, I'm not here for my sister. Da-da-da.
And then they have, like, kind of a good conversation, and then he gets weird.
Yeah, then he gets a little pressury.
Yeah.
And starts kissing her neck, and she's like, I don't want to do this. And then he's like, come on. And then they kiss, and then it's like they're doing this, but it's all icky and gray area. I don't like it.
It brings up some really like interesting conversations about like true consent.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely a gray area, but it's definitely not like saying yes for sure.
Yeah. It's not saying yes for sure, and it's not saying no for sure. It's just like, it's kind of like giving in because it's easier, which is like it's a whole different weird and really relatable.
Oh
area.
God, yeah, absolutely,
super. Yeah, it's like and it's like it brings up a very interesting thing that's like hard to talk about because it's like hard to nail down what it is.
Yeah. There was recently like a New Yorker piece called Cat Person that really addressed this, which honestly, unpopular opinion, I guess, I thought was really fucking bad. Like she just got like $1 million book deal, and I'm like,
did she really?
She did. I'm livid about it. It reads like just like bad YA. I just like don't care about it. It's extreme. Not even YA. Like giving a bad name to YA. It just is like bad fiction. It's just shitty writing. Like I made my roommate read it because I was like, why is everyone losing their goddamn mind? Like, and I made my roommate read it, and she's like, oh no, this is extremely bad. This is like aggressively shitty. Like I hated it.
Yeah, it's just read as like something you would write in like a creative writing class.
Yeah, like a beginner's creative writing class. It's not good writing. I don't know. It was like whatever, but it does bring up an interesting.
I think it was so popular because it was so relatable.
Oh yeah, and like, you guys,
because it does kind of bring that thing up where it's like you like are kind of dating a guy, and then you like get to the point where it gets to like where you're probably going to sleep with each other, but then you're like not actually sure if you want to, but you're already there, and it's like toying the line of like being like, am I going to be like, am I going to come across as like annoying or like a tease or something for saying, no, I don't want to do this? Or am I just going to get it over